Hey y'all, this is Half Honest, and today, as you can tell by the title, I have a tiny little announcement to make. I am making my own video game. Me, all by myself, alone in this new endeavor, this major project. Me. For now, we shall see. Anyways, you may be asking, Half, what is this game? What is it about? Can you please give us every little detail about it, ever, period? No. What I will be telling you is the programs that I will be using, what inspired me, how many parts / games I am going to make, both are relevant, the description as if you were to read it on Steam, as well as the title. That is the 5 main things that you're going to get today. First is the programs that I'm going to use. I will be using Unreal, Photoshop, or Aseprite, I'll get to that in a moment, and Smack Studio. Now, when it comes to Unreal, I messed around in Unreal as well as Godot. I initially thought that I could use MetaHumans to make the game, but it was not the art style that I wanted to go for. Godot is really good for 2D games, and it fits the style of the game that I want to make. However, there are some things that Unreal offers that will make it way easier to learn and to make the game than Godot will. So that is why I went with Unreal. Now, Photoshop or Aseprite. Aseprite is like the penultimate, peak pixel art program out there. I know it has a bunch of options to make it really easy for pixel art. I haven't messed around with it. I don't know how well it works. I am well versed in Photoshop, so for now I am sticking with Photoshop, but I will look into Aseprite to see if it will make my workflow better. Now, the last one, and probably the most important one, is Smack Studio. Smack Studio is a platform pixel art fighting game, similar to Smash Bros. However, it has the most fantastic character creation I have ever seen. You can take individual pixel art characters, you can take the legs, the hips, the torso, the arms, the head, and you can just throw them each individually into Smack Studio, and then you can rig them up as if it was like a 3D Blender model. It's incredible. It is so unbelievably powerful, and what it will do, I believe it'll save me thousands of hours hand drawing each animation frame for everything that will be moving in my game. I am very excited to learn it. I've messed around a little bit. I have a leaf that I kind of animated, as well as a branch from a tree, and both looked phenomenal, and it took me an hour of work. If I was to make all of those frames for each one, it would have taken me probably 5 times that. So I am really excited about that one, and honestly, not sponsored by them, but go check it out. It is so dope. Now, next is the inspiration / concept for the game. Funnily enough, my inspiration came from me basically being half asleep. I was having a rather vivid dream, and there was this concept that you had 5 lives, 4 of which were enhanced lives, the last of which was your human life. So when it comes to these 4 enhanced lives, they're like clones essentially. This first one that you would play as would be the strongest, the most powerful. It would have the highest jump, fastest sprint, the best stamina, etc. Everything that it could physically be better at, it was going to be better at. Then, when that one died and you had to move on to the second one, it was a little bit weaker, and so on and so forth for each of the 4 clone lives, until you got to your human life. The human life is the weakest, the slowest, has the least amount of stamina, has the shortest jump, needs the most run-up time to clear larger gaps, etc. Anything that it can technically be the worst at in physicality, it is going to be the worst at in physicality. That's the basis of it. That's where the whole concept started. From there, I was able to come up with ideas and generate out a full story that has frankly blossomed into a universe that I never thought I'd ever be able to come up with, but it happened. And it also happened over the course of about a year. I am very, very happy with it. I am so excited. I am so excited to make this, to get this out there and for people to see it, to experience it. I am so unbelievably excited for that. Next, this was the third talking point, and I did mention that both parts and games were relevant in that question. Parts and games. Yes. I have planned 4 games. The first game will have 3 parts. Now, the second game I have not fully fleshed out, however, it will be a sequel to the first game. The third game will have 4 parts. It will be a prequel to the first game, as well as kind of a little bit of a sequel. The fourth game will potentially also be a prequel to the first game, but it will definitely be a sequel to the second game. The first 2 will share a title. The latter 2 will share a title. These 2, I'm not giving any information away until the first 2 games have been released. So now, second to last question. What is the description of this game? Can you give us any information about it? Well, what I did is I wrote out a description kind of like what you would see under a game on Steam. So I will read that and kind of just go over a few things about it here. In this 2.5D sci-fi Metroidvania, you play as Callan Whitlock and his enhanced clones called Augments. One day, the Special Forces investigative agent is given a case where he needs to look into a weird, mutated cloned creature terrorizing a small ranch. Little does Callan know that this case will send him down a rabbit hole shrouded in mystery, trials, danger, and twists that reach much further than he could have ever imagined. I will say this. Throughout the 4 games, some of the twists are unbelievable. I never thought that I could come up with them. I have never seen anything come close to the kind of twists that are happening in this. Personally, there may be something that is similar out there, but I believe that it is one of the more unique storylines that I have seen. Now, as you can tell, the main character's name is Callan Whitlock. I initially had it as a different last name, but I think Whitlock just worked a little bit better. The clones within this universe are going to have a different name, but they will also sometimes be referenced as clones. Callan, because he has enhanced clones, he is a Special Forces investigative agent for the country that he is working for. He is the only person in the entire world in this universe that has enhanced clones. The next thing, he goes to a small ranch where a cloned creature is terrorizing it. This is set technically within the United States, and there are certain weird things that happen when you do specific cloning processes. And then the last part obviously talks about the twists in the story and just all of the craziness that actually happens. All right, we have come to the penultimate question, the final question to be answered. What is the title? What is the title, Half? What is it? The title for the first game, as well as the second game, is going to be The Oak Hold. That title is also going to have implications in terms of the story. Still not going to delve into it. I really want to, but I'm not going to. All of it will come out in due time. The Oak Hold has a very deep and ingrained meaning within the universe of the game. That's it. That's all I got for you. This is Ground Zero. I am going to be starting from the absolute bottom in terms of everything. And we are just going to work our way up till we get a full product. It is going to take a while, and I ask for grace on putting out these devlogs. I will put them out once I have made enough progress in Unreal, in art creation, in Smack Studio, all of that. Even audio, I will make devlog updates. But for now, this is what we got. We're starting from the bottom. Now, I am recording this a couple of days before Christmas. So anybody who sees this, Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays. I hope it was great. Hope it treats you as well as it has my wife and I and my families. And I will see you next time. Bye-bye now. Bye-bye. Bye-bye now. Bye-bye. Bye-bye. Bye-bye.